Oh, okay, I guess we'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, now we're live. Awesome. Hello everyone and welcome to Weapon of Choice, episode 11 for season 2. I am Joshua Flowers and I'm going to be doing an awesome haircut on Jody today, and Katie's not here. She's on her way from work. So I'm going to be handling the camera as well. So I'm going to be looking like one of those bad lawyer commercials that's like looking off, like when they're reading, like, "Hi, I am Albert Schwartzman. I am here to fight for you." Because I'm going to be looking at the monitor and not the camera. So bear with me there. So we're going to do a really awesome haircut on Jody here. And this haircut's kind of inspired by a few clothing companies have been like kind of having these girls with these kind of neat rocker mullet things. And a few in their ads, like Dolce & Gabbana, they had one, and there's one of the big fashion houses had a huge like fashion show with all the girls in the wigs. But instead of doing a wig, we're going to do it on a real live person, Jody here. And it's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited for this one. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a horseshoe section and we're going to get that out of the way and just clip it there. And then in the back here, I'm going to turn that around and I'm going to subdivide another section out at a point. And all this back here is probably going to stay a bit longer. And through the top here, we're going to go short to long. So there'll be a few things going on in it, but it's going to stay even. I might do a little bit of asymmetry in the fridge. I'm going to throw your head in the fridge. But for the most part, it's going to be quite symmetrical. So I'm going to start in the front. I'm going to check out what's going on up there. And that looks pretty good. And let me just go check something else out. Oh, that's where it went. There we go. There's where everything went. Cool. All right. So let me pick up my scissors and we're going to start right here in the front. And we're going to take it, let's see. I'm actually going to start out with your kind of basic firefly sectioning. So we're going to build up horizontal graduation. I'm going to check that shape, and if it looks a little too round or funny, then I'm just going to kind of take it off. And that's the basis of kind of evolving your haircuts, is you start from one place and you kind of adjust, and then you can take off a bit more. So we're going to go with kind of a horizontal diagonal section here. And I'm going to drop it down. And the cool thing about this haircut, it's a little bit like Shannon Sossman's haircut from the movie Rules of Attraction, which is one of my favorite haircuts of all time. So it should be a fun one. So I really want to create like a bit of a point. Diagonal section. And we're just going to take it right to our hairline at our ear. And this first section we're cutting with no tension, cutting it at a 0, right up to where the ear is. Right, so we have that nice like triangular feel right through the front there. Right, and then I'll drop my next section. Another diagonal section, let it out. And then if that was section 1, the one at 0 elevation, this next section, section number 2, is going to come right into section number 1. And section number 2, section 1 comes straight up from the head, and section 2 goes into it, right? So it should look like a little ramp. Section 1 comes straight up from the head. I'll bring that a little closer. We'll check for my guide, give it a recomb. And there's my guide there. And so what we're doing is we're doing graduation here. And so the shorter hair underneath is going to continue to push the longer hair up, and we'll get a nice buildup of weight. If I decide to keep it that way. I'm not sure yet. We're going to do both front sides and see how that looks. Okay, so now I drop section number 1 out, and then I take section number 3 and I pull it into section number 2. And Katie's on her way, so if you guys have questions or comments or anything like that, I'm probably not going to get to them for the first couple minutes, but once Katie gets here, she'll be able to read whatever shit talking you guys send my way, and I'll be able to respond with a big FU back, so, which is always fun. All right, drop that out. All right, so same thing, we're just repeating the pattern now. Section number 4 goes into section number 3. And section number 3 straight up from the head, and section 4 goes into that. And make sure this is all out of the way. There we go. Boom. And I am still absolutely loving the 6-inch retros from Mizutani Scissors. So thank you, Kiyoshi, for these. They're awesome. I love them. Because I was cutting with the 5s for so long. It's nice to kind of have the power of a longer 6-inch scissor again. And let's see, we'll divide this last one into a couple sections here. I guess I'll be good and clip it out of the way. All right, and coming down. Boom. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me so far. I still think I might flatten it out a bit, but I haven't gotten there yet. I might actually just layer the top bit here and then leave the bottom longer, but I don't know. I don't know until I get there. I don't know, man. It's kooky. I'll figure it out, bro. I'm gonna do a vision quest. I'm gonna take some peyote, and I'm gonna hang out in a sweat lodge, and then I'm gonna come back and finish this haircut after my totem animal speaks to me. On it, bro. I don't know, I gotta get my chakras aligned. All right, so already we're getting like kind of mullety with it, and I'm digging it so far. All right, so let's move to the other side. Look at that. I am a cameraman and a hair cutter. Just doing all kinds of, and the director. And I don't see any comments. Oh wait, is there one? No comments yet. All right, so on to the next side. We'll tilt Jody here. What I should do is I should make the models be the camera person. That would be even better. I need to start delegating here. All right. And so we're just at the division point of the ear, and we're just getting rid of all the longer crap in the back. And I'm going to take the same section down, get that out of the way, and we're going to cut the same line right at the hairline. And green comes over here. All right, so because people's ears are off always, I'm just going to go make a quick check to see kind of where I should be. Hold it there, walk around. Yeah, it's about right. Cool. I left comb marks in your face. That's how I know where I should be. I'm gonna go out to Dollar Beer Night with comb scars all over your face. People aren't gonna be like, oh, you got a new haircut. People aren't gonna be like, oh, what happened to your hair? People are gonna be like, what happened to your face? Looks like you got in a fight with a rake. All right. Okay, so that was section number 1 on that side. So now we're going to make section number 2. Go into section 1. Just like the other side. Section 3 will go into 4. No, section 3 will go into 2. I was cutting into the future. Not there yet. And continue up with that. Now 4 into 3. You know, it's so funny, my YouTube channel comments are like usually polite. But I look at comments on other channels and they're like, you fucking suck. Why don't you stab yourself in your face with your scissors?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really bad. No, that's just me commenting on other people's. That's what I say. No, some people really have no business doing videos, I swear. They're terrible bad. I know. It's okay. Maybe they'll get better.
Maybe practice makes not perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if you keep practicing, like, I don't know, people practice hair cutting too much and they don't develop their taste enough. Because you can be a really good hair cutter, but if you think bad things look good, then that's not going to do anything for your career. Unless you find lots of other people that think bad things look good. Then you're successful. And then you're Kimbo. Okay. Boom. Alright, looking pretty good. Alright, now I can move into the back. And like I said, I'll probably disconnect these a little more after I cut the back in. So the back, I need to leave the length, and I need to work from this graduation in the front into the length in the back. But this stuff I kind of want to keep quite shaggy as well. So, I guess I need to make a decision. No, I don't need to make one yet. Okay, actually yes, that's what we're gonna do. So because I'm not liking the graduation, because screw it, we're gonna take all this hair and we're gonna lift it up, right? So now we're going with the layer. Because I decided I didn't like graduation, we're going to lift everything up and we're just going to cut it straight across. So we're taking the top layer quite short, and then the other stuff is just going to hang right into it. Right? Because we're pulling the bottom away, so the kind of middle will actually be longer, I hope. So it should be like kind of a diamond. There we go. That's a little bit looser, but it's still too long right through the middle. So I'm not going to pull it up as far. There we go. I'm going to just take another inch off. And that's evolving haircuts. That's looking at it and going, oh shit, I don't like that. And then being able to adjust, which is a very important skill. There we go. And I might still flatten it out a bit. In fact, I know I probably will, but we'll do that dry. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And people are probably asking, well, why didn't you just do that right off the bat? Because then I wouldn't have known that I didn't like the graduation. What if the graduation would have looked cool? And if it did look cool, then I missed an opportunity to do something really cool. Because I'm not one of those visionaries that can just look and then think that it's amazing. Like if you're one of those people like me that doesn't have a great eye, then you need to know how to like work your way into an eye. Oh, my girlfriend's here and she's adorable. Wow, you are really cute today. Look at you in your new shoes. I know, look at those shoes.
They were on like super sale at Topshop. I like them.
My girlfriend has long legs now. That's great. All right. So now I'm going to take this top stuff here and I'm going to start taking diagonal back sections and I'm going to start concave layers, right? So concave layers means I'm working against the shape of the head, and that'll connect these short pieces from the top into the length at the bottom, giving us our mullety fill. Right? Really making sure I elevate the bottom hair away so that we leave that awesome mullety length at the bottom. Cool. And we just continue back. And elevate and direct it straight out from the head. So I don't want to over direct too much, because I don't want, if I over direct everything too far forward, then it's going to become more like a rat tail, and I want more mullet, more south, less Euro. There we go. Cool, so you can see how much weight was removed from there, but it still connects through, so it's not even a disconnected haircut. And we're just going straight out of the head. And if you're wondering how to like pull your section straight out of the head, what you do is you take your comb, lay it flat to the head, and then just pull out straight from there. And continue that sloping concave line. I'm actually being semi-decently clean tonight. I'm impressed with myself. So me and Katie were in Chicago this weekend, and it was awesome. And we got to hang out with Brig Van Austin, who many of you may remember from Sheer Genius Season 3. She was the winner. And she was super duper awesome. She was out there teaching a Bumble class, or teaching with Bumble, or there were some Bumble and Bumble things going on. And we didn't know we were each going to be out there. I saw on Facebook, or Katie saw on Facebook, that she was going to be out there. And then we started messaging each other back and forth, and she's like, I have an amazing room. Bumble got me an amazing room at the W, and we should find a model and shoot there. And I'm like, cool, I have my camera, let's do that. And so we were just going out to Chicago to like go look at museums and cool stuff, and it turned into a photo shoot. So I'm really, really excited about that. And Brig, Katie, how much fun was Brig to work with?
A lot.
Yeah, she was awesome. So yeah, we love Brig. Yeah, and Chicago is just, I have such a love affair with that city. It's like my favorite thing ever. But it was so hot. Definitely had swamp butt. It was like the bayou in my pants. Because it was so hot and humid. I was sloshing around the streets of Chicago. It was pretty gross. It wasn't a dry heat. It was sticky, humid, hot. And the thing is, like, when it's that hot, you like walk past like big stores and stuff that have like air conditioners, and just walking by the door, they like must blow it out of the store, because you walk by the door and you're like, okay, I just need to go in there. I'm miserable walking around outside. Any questions or comments?
Someone commented on how clean your sections were. Julie Klein.
Oh, thanks, Julie. I know. I'm not being a total jerk with my sections. I can do that sometimes. I put my mind to it. If I'm really excited about the haircut. Because I did this haircut on our friend Tisha a few weeks ago. And so once I figure it out once, that's when I get like really stoked on cutting it, because then I like have the sections down and stuff. So after I cut it once, I was able to think about it a little bit and kind of figure out my game plan a little more. Boom. So we can see with those concave like layers how that's just totally like hugging our head and creating like a really nice question mark shape. Which is good because Jody's got a little bit of a flat spot right here. So like without using graduation, we're still able to like build a head shape up. Pretty nifty. Okay, so through here we're actually crossing over the back right now. Which is cool because then when I come from the other way, I'll just crisscross and that'll kind of help cross-check and make sure my sections are clean. Is my elbow in the way or am I good?
You're good.
Awesome. Katie, I'm getting so good at this stuff. See, all those years of you yelling at me, I listened. All right, and still working straight off the head. Yeah, badass. Okay, now working on the same side. So same thing, taking my guide from this little corner here and just working diagonal sections back. And this side will actually probably go faster since I already cut a lot of it on the other side. And I am now, let's see, how am I going to do this? This is going to have to be funky. All right, I'm going to have to do some reverse hand trickery here. There we go. Right, because I want to cut from short to long. So I kind of got to work over the head so that I'm working down to my length. Sorry. And down. All right, and then just keep peeling these sections like an onion. So they're slight diagonal. You don't want to go too diagonal with them because then you'll start directing too much weight. So a little more on the vertical side if you can. And when you have a hand in body position like this, you definitely want to be sure that you wore deodorant this morning. Otherwise, oh, we had the stinkiest airplane ride ever. It totally smelled like a pit. That was our short flight though, right? That was every flight. Every flight people smelled like an armpit. People, take a shower before you get on a plane, please. Please, that's all I ask. Please just don't smell on a plane. That's all I want. All right, so nothing much to say here. It's just very similar to the other side. Try not to cut your bottom of the mullet off, and you're pretty much good. So Jody was a model a few months ago for one of our shows we had at AGF, and I cut most of her hair off then. So we just kind of, I don't cut as much as I used to, so she kind of goes a long time in between haircuts, but we've been missing each other. So it's kind of cool when you haven't cut someone in a while and you get to take them back down and they have all this extra length to kind of play around with. So that's always cool too. Oh, why didn't I say anything about this? If you're in Northern California, you need to come to Federico this weekend because the Teals are teaching a class and the Teals are awesome. And so they're doing their long hair class and they're doing their wig making class, and it's going to be like class of the year for me. I'm really excited about that. So since I've been getting into photography and stuff like that, I totally see the value of wigs. And so this is the one class that I've been looking more forward to than any other class. do a little cross check, and I'm totally even. Cool. So it's getting there. Now let's work on the top. So this little bit through here is too long. If I guess if I really wanted to, I could kind of keep it as some kind of rat tail thing, but I'm not going to do that because I did that a lot in the early 2000s, and I don't want to repeat that. And it's a little too like Carol Brady flippy. So, and also too, since Jody is a little bit flat there, I'm going to take the opportunity to kind of move this area around, which will be really ultra freaking cool. So now, whereas before I was working short to long this way, now I'm going to be working short to long this way. All right, so we'll get that out of the way. And there's my guide. And I'm just going to follow that around. And working straight out from the head. Let's see, let's be this way. There we go. Hey, that's awesome. I almost cut my fingers off. I really did. Katie, I almost cut my fingers off. It was almost deadly. That would have been a bad move. That probably would have been bad for my career.
Sounds like a Halloween episode.
Yeah, cut my fingers off for the Halloween episode. I guess though, now that I mostly do photography now, it'd be fine as long as I have a finger to click the shutter button. I guess I really only need palms and a couple thumbs and a shutter clicker button, and I'm alright. Alright, so just continuing with these vertical sections and working around. And I am really kind of rounding out. So those are like convex sections. So they kind of go with the head shape. Boom. Which totally like loosens up the top. And when it's dry, we'll probably go in there and detail that out, texturize it, loosen it up. We'll probably have to loosen up the whole thing, which is cool. Dry cutting's fun. It's my friend. Kind of quiet tonight. I don't really have a lot of viewers tonight, do we? No. Everyone's missing out on the awesome fashion mullet.
Only 5.
Really? But hey, it's been a consistent 5, and I appreciate all 5 of you all the time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's summer and everyone's out doing summery things. I bet viewership goes up in the winter when everyone's locked indoors with nothing better to do. Except watch some long-haired dude cut some hair. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we're in the top section here, which is actually quite long. So if I pull back, right, all that stuff in the back is going forward, and then we'll pull this forward. And we can see we have quite the disconnect from the front to the back there. So I think I'm going to start out by cutting this in a bias. And what that means is that horseshoe section I cut, I'm going to take diagonal sections this way and bring them back. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then you guys will get to see the super awesome effect that it causes. I think I did this on season 1 a while ago. So I bring it back to a section just behind the ear, and I have my fingers vertical, and I just cut up. And what this does is this, because I'm taking the diagonal sections and bringing them out, this maintains length through the front there. And if you really want, you can slide your fingers. I'll show you one section. If you really want to leave a lot of length, you can slide your fingers out, which will maintain even more length, right? So if I wanted to like really keep sliding, right, that section's gonna be way long. But I find a lot of times that makes it a little bit too long. So it's okay just to like cut it straight. And keep over directing everything back. And the key to doing this is just making sure that you over direct back to the same place every time so that you get a really nice smooth transition. And a couple more sections of this, and you guys will get to see the magic of the bias cut in action. Oh, maybe that's the name for my haircut. It's the mullet bias. The Baya mullet. Okay. Right, so everything came back, and then I push. And so you can see all the short stuff all gradually coming to this long stuff here. Right, so that means if I pulled everything back and went to short to long, then the same thing will happen when I do it on this side, which means we'll come to like kind of a long mohawk section, which would be cool, man. It'll be awesome. So let's see. The best way to do that is actually stand on this side so that you guys can see. And I'm going to be pushing away, twist, and up. Right, and so it's same diagonal sections going across this way. Keeping my fingers vertical is muy importante, because I'm bilingual for the Baya mullet haircut. Really? No one? Okay. Mierda. Katie, why are you so quiet? Oh, you don't want to make fun of me or anything? Oh. Okay, so then when I comb it back, oh, look at that. The haircut's pretty much there. And the cool thing about this haircut too, if you want to do it on your clients, like, you know, it's a really awesome haircut. And then, you know, you just left the back long. So if your client is like, I don't want that long in the back, you can always take it off and it's like no big deal, right? So there's some longer bits here. So I'm just gonna, there's a couple corners here. So I'm just gonna round those out, round the bias, which happens sometimes because I was directing things back to the center, so it kind of left these corners a little long through there. So we'll just handle that. It's cool. Like I said, it's all about evolving your cut, making it better. You know, I think that's the difference between a good haircutter and a bad haircutter is a good haircutter just knows what looks bad and isn't afraid to go in and kind of clean it a bit. And I don't mean that you should just like do your hair cutting from feel and keep cutting around, but it's about knowing what you should cut. It should be knowing what you did to cause the extra weight and how to take it out. Because I see some people that just dance around the head. They'll cut a little bit in one way part and they'll cut a little bit in another part, and then none of it ends up looking good. So don't do that. And Jody, which way do you usually part it when you do?
This side.
This side?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to carve out a little space right by the front here. Just to add some interest. And so if she decides to part the other way, then there'll be like some cool little like, it'll hide these like neat little bangs here. This little circular shape I'm going to put in. So, and I don't usually like this stuff like that floats around the face. So usually I just carve it out anyways. So we're going to do that. Right, and just continue that around to the bang area. So we start out like really firm, and then we can like soften it up and make it a little more piecey. Right, and we'll just keep working that little pie shape area. And we can just freehand it off actually, so it's nice and kind of loose through there. Hey Katie, remember when you used to have short fun hair? Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't, Katie, you need to like come cut some hair on the show again soon, so people can see how long your hair's gotten. Okay. Cool, so I match it up on the other side, and then I might take these sides a little shorter or something when we get it fully dry. So I am gonna dry it now. I need a brush, and that back is flipping out, and that's a little like more Carol Brady than I actually wanted. So we'll probably go in there and texturize that out as well. Do I have a brush in here? Maybe?
Just use a comb.
Yeah. It was a lot of hair. So much hair. Alright, I'll just use a comb. Oh, thank you. Thanks, lady. Thanks, Katie. Oh. Yeah, it's right there. Alright, so I'm going to start with the fringe area. I'm going to smooth this all down. And because Jody has a gnarly cowlick here, we're going to like kind of windshield wiper it and brush it back and forth. Doing okay under there?
What's that?
Doing okay under there?
Oh yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Katie, can you grab me the flat iron? Please and thank you. When did we get that? Your dress. It's really cute. Oh yeah? Blow drying is boring. Blow drying is so boring. Blow drying is so lame. I should just bring back hood dryers. That would be awesome. Then I can go like smoke a cigarette or do something. Hey, thanks, pretty lady. Alright, so we're going to just give this a quick flat iron to give it some polish. Because we want it to look kind of greasy in a way. Here, hold on to that for me real quick. Thanks. Thanks, model lady. Yeah, so Jody's got a little bit of wave in her hair, and it's the kind of hair that wants to be a little frizzy, so we're just going to smooth that out. And just give it a little bit of polish. I mean, granted, with this like style, you're usually going to put like quite a bit of product in it anyways, but I still have some dry cutting to do, so I'd rather smooth it than goop it up with a bunch of product before I start cutting it. Feel nice to get rid of some of that hair.
Yeah, definitely. It grew back heavy. Like vengeance.
It's better than growing back stringy and gross.
Yeah, definitely.
And flat ironing, I think everyone knows what a flat iron is. If you don't, it's two hot plates. You plug it in, gets hot, makes hair shiny. That's a flat iron. If you can't afford a flat iron, you can just go to Goodwill and get 2 irons and have your friend hold the hair and then you iron. That would probably work too. It could be like defibrillators. You could play like doctor. You just would take your hot irons when you're done ironing and be like, clear. Burn your friends. It's fun. Okay. And we'll just iron the sprouts. We'll iron a bit through the back. of it's just the corners, and it's like the hair right at that hairline that wants to like wave out a little bit, so I just need to make sure that we get that bend, because if they do have a lot of times people will be, even if the hair is not wavy, it'll be like wavy right at the corners there. So it's not like you have to flat iron the whole thing, you just got to get those corners. Which could look cool if you left it wavy and you threw a lot of product, but once again, I have dry cutting to do, so I'm not going to throw a ton of product in right now. And if you still wanted to leave a bit of that texture, you can just grab pieces with your iron and slightly bend it. I just wanted a consistent texture, really. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. None of this really makes sense. I just made that all up to make flat ironing sound more interesting. I didn't really mean it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's cool though. It's like a hair show. Those people are just reciting words and they have no idea what they're talking about. It's fun because you can walk up to them afterwards and question them. It was fun to see them pause. Like, thanks, Julie Klein. I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't do her color. Want to give a shout out to whoever did your color?
Ines Carlos, great job. Getting it done tomorrow again.
Yeah.
Come see her at Federico's.
See, there you go. Except if she was really good, she would have done it before the show. If she was really good, she would have been psychic and known that I was going to cut your hair today. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, I think maybe this is the new haircut. We just got to wait for some celebrity with millions of Twitter followers to get it, and then everyone will be asking this for this one, and you guys will know how to do it because you saw it here first. Because that's me, Joshua Flowers, trendsetter, trend forecaster. God, that's so lame, isn't it? Whenever you read that on hair blogs, like what's the hair trend forecast? It's always like the same. Well, I predict chocolatey browns, cool blondes, and fiery reds. Oh, so the same as fucking every year. Awesome. Okay. Great forecast. That's playing it safe. It's like going to a psychic and they're like, someday you'll die. Well, no shit. Okay. Really? All right. Good for you. All right. Hey, it's a little Tegan and Sarah-ish, isn't it? Mm. I thought that might... I did that for you, boo. You're welcome. So I'm really just going to rip out some of this weight with point cutting right through the corners. Really want to loosen it up. Right, and that's so that like that middle, the longer bit in the middle gets a nice flow. Because if these corners are too solid, that middle won't want to do anything. They'll just want to sit on the couch and eat Cheetos. Take bong rips. That's what your corners will want to do. And same thing, just starting in the back, moving forward. And then I'll probably like pay extra special attention to the crown area as well. Might have to do a lap through the school after this haircut to show it off.
I am already planning.
Oh, look, you got a new haircut. Such a cool haircut. You're only allowed to wear black now. Alright, so it's a little like puffy right at that perimeter, so I'm going to kind of scissor over comb that stuff just a little bit. So elevate it up. I'm just taking off that little bit of a corner, right? Because like what I did first was graduated it, which built up the weight there. Then I decided that graduation was stupid, and so then I layered it, which meant the weight was sitting in the middle, and I still think that's heavy, so I'm taking out the middle weight. Haircut evolution. I should try a haircut while I'm doing Dance Dance Revolution. That would be awesome. Dance Dance haircut evolution. What's it? If anyone steals my ideas, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm totally starting the world's first like Dance Dance Revolution salon. It's gonna be great. So mullety. So mullet, much fierce. Very beauty. And I'm just gonna like kind of slide down through the corners, because if I don't do that, then it's gonna look a little too like mud flappy, and I don't want that. It's gonna look a little too mud flappy or a little too like Carol Brady, so I just want to loosen this stuff up. Actually, through the middle, I can kind of go pretty deep with the texturizing and just channel through all the way. There we go. And same thing on this side. This side seems to be a little weaker, so I don't need to do so much. If I was a platform artist, I would do this really fast and just rip the hair out. Okay, do a little bit of pointing on the crown. And I want the crown to stand up, so we can definitely like go with a bit of deep texture. Yeah, I don't really do like too many like crazy cuts anymore, so it's kind of fun to do fun shit once in a while. I don't want to, I don't know, I've never been one to want to grow, you know, build my entire career off of insane hairdos, but every once in a while, because I feel like so many people do like try and do the insane stuff before they even have the basics mastered. So would my goal in life to be able to cut the most like creative asymmetrical disconnected haircut ever? No, my goal in my life would be to be able to cut the best one length bob ever, and I'm nowhere close to doing that. I suck at one length bobs. I hope someday I actually get good at them. I guess I need to practice more. I guess maybe as I gotten older, I don't have the patience to sit there and nail them out. There we go. Let's get some product in it. Let's blow some of the loose hair off you. You want to feel it? You want to put your hand in it?
Yeah. I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yay. And I just kind of want to rough up like the volume that I depleted from flat ironing it. Like I want to get some like base volume in there again. So kind of blow against the direction that you like flat ironed it in. So since I blew it forward, I want to blow it back a little bit to get a little more like lift in there. And same thing with the moldy back. I want to blow that up. Blow it up, blow it up. So that's pretty awesome. And what should I use? I should use not healing oil, right? Okay, I use some of the dry shampoo.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Dry shampoo is great because it never like gets like super built up in the hair. It doesn't get too greasy or anything. And it doesn't get so sticky like hairspray. Yeah? Okay. Well, is that the shiny one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why did you want to?
I wouldn't mind a little bit of the shiny one. I wouldn't mind a little bit of kind of greasiness. I think your hair's dry from all the shampoo. Oh my awesomeness. And I just have some pomade in my hand, so I just want a little bit of a piecey texture, especially through the crown here. More on the ends. The key with like finishing like women's hair with pomade is just get it on the ends. Don't try and get it through the whole roots. Or start on the ends and then you can work your way through. Maybe just a little more of that. You can always like work your way up with it. Maybe I need something a little oily. Need something a little oily. Because in all the ads, it's kind of greasy. It's kind of like shiny greasy, so I don't mind it being a little shiny greasy.
No.
That's what it's going to be like in a couple days anyways. So. Crazy. Have you used that healing oil stuff?
It's just like a shine. It's not like shine, it's an oil mist.
Oilness, okay. So really light with it then?
Yes.
Yes.
I find it's very comparable to that sugar stuff or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They gave us, but greasier.
Okay, cool.
Or like Orbe dry conditioner or dry soft.
There we go. I'll just work that stuff through. Oh yeah, that kind of made it greasy enough for me. Oh, you get to use like waxes and stuff now. All right, so I have some pictures coming out soon that we did on location in Reno that I'll be able to show you guys, but this is the haircut from them. I wish they could have been released before I showed you this one, so you guys could see like where I was starting and where I was going, but whatever. You'll see them someday. And this looks super awesome. Let's get have a close-up. And turn you around. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Professional turntabling. Oh, what a dope-ass haircut. Wow. You're like king of the world, Joshua Flowers. That's awesome. Okay, so if you're in Northern California, the Teals are here this weekend at Federico. So you should call someone. Just, I don't know, Google Federico and buy some tickets, dude. Because that would be awesome. Oh, I'm not in the frame. I gotta get my handsome face in the frame. Buy some tickets to come see the Teals because they're rad. And thanks everyone. Yeah, check us out on Twitter and all the social places that have been playing at the bottom. And check out Federico Advanced. and all that stuff, because they have lots of cool classes happening here all the time. My underwear showing. I am so trashy. I'm trashy like Britney Spears. You know, Britney Spears just came out with her 15th fragrance. She's like making bank off of fragrance. Britney Spears. I got nothing else to say. Follow me on Instagram, because I'm not really on Facebook anymore, because Instagram is better and Facebook is and okay, I'm gonna take pictures now. Okay, bye. And kill the mic.